love me, yeah, they love me. First love yourself. For that, and God we trust me. I don't trust myself. Your jewelry, I get it took. No show.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. I'm your beautiful host, Mase, and this is Stat Baby. And that's Cameron Giles. How y'all doing today? Killer, what's going on?
And before we even get into the questions and introducing everybody, y'all already know Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Florida, Texas, and New York. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog Fantasy app. They will also match your first deposit up to $100, and you get a special pick when you sign up. Mace already introduced everybody, so how is everybody doing?
Orenthal, what's up, Orenthal?
Hey, baby, I can't wait. I got you for the Super Bowl. I got you, baby. I can't wait.
Welcome to Titletown. I see you trying to sneak into Titletown. How do you feel about that?
Well, we won't be sneaking, even though if we get into today's game, I really thought the 49ers were going down today. And the 49ers, I got to tell you, I've never seen a coach as good as Dan Campbell, a guy who might be coach of the year, snatch defeat out of the mouth of victory. You know, he, to me, had that game won. But all of a sudden, he's doing things like not kicking field goals. One field goal would have put him up 3 scores. The 49ers seemed lost. They seemed not to be able to make adjustments. Detroit was playing smash mouth on them. They were running the ball down their throat.
OJ, who said that we even starting with this? We didn't
even
know what we're starting with.
He want to start with
whatever you want to do.
Totally
Who said that?
Oh, you can't just take over the show because you're from California, oh.
I told you. I'm older, baby. That baby, I'm used to her bringing me in, but I didn't. I was talking and y'all was listening.
Okay.
You're so hyped. You're so hyped today, man.
Oh, today I am pumped. I am pumped. Yeah.
Right. Well, we're going to do the 49ers second. We're going to go in order of how the games were played.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with the Chiefs. They're heading to the Super Bowl for the 4th time in the last 5 seasons after beating the Ravens 17-10. So first and foremost, did the game play out how you expected?
Not how I expected. I literally thought by the second half, Lamar Jackson would be running all over him. I really did. I think we finally have to realize what a great coach Andy Reid is. And people underrated KC's defense. KC was shut out in the second half. But KD, they also pretty much shut them out the second half. They did a job on Lamar. I got to admit, I was surprised, especially how well Baltimore's defense played in the second half, that Baltimore didn't score and didn't, to me, make it more of a game at that time.
Oh, this game boils down to Flowers trying to get too many flowers. That's what happened. He jumped in the end zone, tried to get the touchdown. The ball got smacked out of his hands. I think that sums up the game to me.
It's interesting because that's happened twice in 2 weeks for KC. Well, KC's guy dropped it last week against the Buffalo Bills. But, hey, that's the game of football, man. You make big plays or you don't make big plays. And KC makes the plays when they got to make them. And for the, 5th or 6th time in the last 5-6 years, they'll be going to the Super Bowl.
And I guess that conspiracy is not true because it's just red teams. That's what I really was thinking about. The conspiracy is not true. Kansas City is... thing? Yeah, the purple and the red and all of that. Kansas City is really the best team in football. I'm glad we got Cam here to witness this, that Titletown is a real thing. We're in full effect. I can't wait to hear his report about how well we played today. I even like the fact that Kelsey didn't let Taylor Swift take over. He gave her a kiss and put her on the side. I thought it was going to be Eminem versus Taylor Swift. I was wrong. That's what I was looking for. Eminem versus Taylor Swift, and we didn't get that today.
Well, for me, I thought Kelsey played his best game of the year. Kelsey was tough today. He started off tough and he stayed tough. But once again, how many points did they score? I got to give Baltimore credit, their defense credit. The Baltimore's defense played a well of a game, well enough to win, but they couldn't get it done on offense.
You don't think that the defense was canceled out by all the penalties? Like, they gave up at least probably like 100 to 120 yards on just penalties.
I judge it by how many points they give up. And the second half, they didn't give up any points.
They was playing like they was hot. Niggas running off sides. Niggas is doing stuff you shouldn't be doing. Not in the AFC Championship game. Killer, what you think? You smoking? What you think?
Y'all finished? Both of y'all? Y'all all smiling. First of all, Mase, you abandoned the Kansas City Chiefs.
Cam, don't start that right now. Don't start that right now. And you wearing white. First of all, you wearing white to try to act like you're neutral. I see what you're trying to do. Throw a white flag out there.
I'm not throwing a white flag. You abandoned the Kansas City Chiefs weeks ago. Weeks ago, Taylor Swift was a problem for you. She shouldn't be coming to the games. Now you're looking for Eminem against Taylor Swift. You didn't want to at the games about 5 weeks ago. You said the Kansas City Chiefs have a problem, and it looked like Titletown was on the move. That's exactly what you said. Secondly, don't act like the San Francisco 49ers aren't not been in Titletown.
When I say Titletown is on the move, it's because we're on the road.
Anyway.
Because we're on the road.
San Francisco been Titletown before the Chiefs anyway. First of all, let's not act like San Francisco is not. Joe Montana was giving out the motherfucking the NFC Championship trophy. They've been in Titletown. Stop with this new Titletown shit.
New hotness, Cam, is new hotness. These young niggas don't remember Joe Montana. The young niggas don't remember Joe Montana. They don't know Jerry West. They don't know him. Debo Samuels is who they're talking about.
If that's the case, they don't remember OJ, and everybody remember OJ. OJ played before them, so niggas remember OJ. They remember Joe Montana. You ain't gonna do that to Joe. You ain't gonna do that to Jerry Rice. Come on, you got to cut this shit out. You're gonna do that to Terrell Owens. There's a lot of great players on San Francisco. You can cam me all you want. You just said Kurt Warner was a shit. People are mad at you about that. I'm letting you know about that.
I was going with Kurt Warner because he's a Christian. I'm just saying, but if you're talking about what we're talking about, I got to talk about what we're talking about.
You wasn't on the show. He said that Mayfield is better or just as good as Kurt Warner.
No, that's not what I said, Cam. That's not what I said, Cam. We need to pull up the tape. We didn't say that, Cam.
Let's pull up the tape, Nick, about when he said
we were talking about
Taylor Swift
being
not being.
Oh my
Taylor
goodness!
Swift
You can't win the
Super
Super Bowl.
We
was talking about you can't win the Super Bowl without an elite quarterback.
You must have been talking about Curtis Mayfield.
yeah. This is what I'm talking about. You tried to diss my man Kurt Warner.
You can't win the Super Bowl without an elite quarterback. That's what we was talking about, Cam. And we was saying that when he came from the supermarket, he wasn't an elite quarterback when he came from the supermarket. That's what I said,
You
Cam.
didn't bring up the supermarket. I brought up the supermarket. You didn't bring up the supermarket. Right. You was dissing Kurt Warner.
I wouldn't diss Kurt Warner. I know him.
Stat. So did he diss Kurt Warner or not? You was there, Stat. Thank you. That's crazy. That's crazy that you don't remember dissing Kurt Warner 3 days ago. That's why
I didn't diss him. I said he wasn't elite. I said at that point he wasn't an elite quarterback. The conversation was elite. But I'm gonna let you have your time. Go ahead.
You can say it, spin it all you want. It's on tape.
I'm here to talk about Clark Hunt. I'm here to talk about Clark Hunt, the co-chairman.
You've been talking for 5 minutes. You won't let me say anything. Every time I talk, you just keep cutting me off. Every time I talk, you keep cutting me off.
It's your show.
Mase was. No, it's not my show. You left Titletown. The people left. People know you left Titletown. No. You just was dissing Taylor Swift, and then you say Yeah, I'm looking for Taylor Swift to be against Eminem. You wasn't down. And you know what the problem is, mate? People can see you. I hope you know that. What do you think? It isn't like a story. You put in a story and it disappears 24 hours later. People see what you say and they know what you're doing. They know this is a fraudulent Kansas City fan right here. They already know that.
Fraudulent
Secondly,
Kansas City fan.
Yes, you left them.
Kim, I never left them. I said Titletown was on the move. We're on the road. We're on the road. Titletown is on the move. You misinterpreted what I said and think I'm spinning it. No, we're on the move. Titletown is on the move. We're on the road.
The fans, you can say what you want. The fans are going to be in the comments. You don't read the comments. I read them. They already honor you. So you can sit there and then if you want to act like that's that too, you'll get thrown under the bus.
Kim, they're not real fans. Kim, they're not real fans. Until I hear Pat Mahomes tell me this.
City.
If I hear Pat Mahomes tell me this, Kelsey tell me this,
then I'll go with it. When's the last time you spoke to either one of them? Have you ever spoke to either one of them?
I don't give up my sources. I don't give up my sources.
You had the answer is no. You have not spoken to either one of them. The real credit for this game goes to my opinion, is their defensive coordinator, Christopher. I don't want to mispronounce his last name.
Yeah.
He figured out what to do with Lamar Jackson. He never rushed less than 5 people. Sometimes it was 6 people, and it had Lamar Jackson under pressure all day. Like you said, they only got 7 points. This is a team that put points on the board, and I think they figured out a recipe in week 19 or whatever week we are in for Lamar Jackson. There's even a play where he caught the ball, but it got deflected, but he caught it and ran to himself. He was under pressure all game. Swiped the ball when he was about to pass it, fumble recovery. Flowers, I agree with Mase. That was a big play when he tried to get into the end zone, and it was a touchback. I give more credit to Kansas City defense than anything else today. I think that's who won the game for Kansas City. It was an okay game. Travis Kelce made some outstanding catches when he needed to, but this was more about Kansas City defense than anything else. They figured out a recipe in the last hour, the 23rd hour against Baltimore, which nobody could figure out all season. So I want to give big credit to Kansas City defense and Andy Reid and the rest of the crew over there, because they figured out something no other team this season could figure out with Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
Thank you, Cam. We appreciate it. All of us here at Kansas City appreciate it.
You like Weird Al Yankovic, bro. They don't believe you, bro. They're not going to believe you. You the replica, bro. They're not going to believe you, bro. But it was really, it wasn't about their offense today. It was more about the defense. So if all the people in Kansas City, Titletown, across the world, congratulations. I'm looking forward to the game. To me, to be totally honest with you, I wasn't mad about who won this game. If Patrick, me and Stat was talking about that last week. She was saying she wanted Baltimore to win because she wanted to see something different. I told her that you got to do something about it. If you want the championship from somebody, you got to take it from them. And if you want something new, do something about it. And it seems like they haven't done anything about it in the last few years. You know, a lot of people thought that this team would not be the same once Tyreek Hill left and went to Miami, which they aren't the same team, but they figured out a way to do it without Tyreek Hill. I know Tyreek Hill is like shit. I know he got his bag and all that, but if he was still part of this team, not saying they're not building a dynasty now, they would probably be unstoppable for the foregoing future to when we wouldn't know when somebody might be able to beat them. But they're doing great without him as well. So congratulations to everybody in Kansas City and the Chiefs.
Their run game was looking very suspect today. I was surprised that Beckham did so well. He did well today.
I'm just going to add, Travis Kelce actually broke Jerry Rice's record for most career postseason play at 152 receptions, and Jerry Rice's was at 151. So Travis Kelce had a pretty good game. I felt like this was pretty much his field. So I know we were saying a lot about Taylor, but he proved otherwise. So shout out to the Chiefs. I did want the Ravens to win. I wanted to see somebody else, but it is what it is. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is a phenomenal quarterback. They did what they needed to do. So shout out to them.
Why did you want somebody else to win?
I'm always team underdog. I want to see somebody else have their shine. I think this was a great storyline to see Lamar Jackson, actually surpass past postseason, but he hasn't been doing so well in the playoffs. It's kind of been known for this. And I thought maybe this would have been the opportunity, but we'll see what happens next year. But I always want the underdog to win. That's also why I wanted Lions to win, but we'll get to that next. But yeah, it's my thought process.
Hey, the light-skinned niggas zipped up their nigga suit. Light-skinned niggas zipped up their nigga suit, man. That's what they zipped up their nigga suit, man, and got busy today.
They got that fucking zip.
They zipped up their nigga suit. I don't know if you watched the show also last week. Ben Simmons said it ain't no problems. We all good. He said no disrespect to the family. It is what it is, family, and we good. So I just let you know. I got to update it. Yeah, they said, Cam, we don't need your uncle coming out with no problems. So Uncle, everything is fine. So I said, I got to call my uncle for every time I got problems. I know who to call now. They said that we good though. But them light-skinned niggas won today, baby. They jumped up that nigga suit.
Yeah. Well, as they always say, if you look at both the games, and I'm not trying to get ahead to the other game, defense wins championships, and that's what happened in that first game. Second half defense. I mean, thank God, KC Titletown had a slight lead because they didn't score in the second half. Andy Reid is just. Don't get the credit. He doesn't get the credit he deserves because he wins no matter what team he put out there. All right, I'm done. You can talk about. We can now talk about my Niners.
Well, now's the time. So the Lions lost to the 49ers 34-31 after blowing a 24-7 lead. Now the 49ers are Super Bowl bound. OJ, you got to go first. How did you feel about the game?
Well, first of all, I was worried. I almost went home at halftime. The Lions was beating them up. The Lions was playing smash mouth. The Lions were, and the 49ers didn't seem to have any answer what the Lions was doing to them. Even your boy Goff was pretty good, but he became Goff later on in the game, even though a lot of guys dropped passes. But as I said, I've never seen a coach who I think was at the top of his game. The Lions coach snatched, defeat out of the mouth of victory because he had victory. We couldn't understand why early in the third quarter he didn't kick a field goal and make it a 3-score game. He went for it. And the 49ers made one of their better defensive plays of the day. Let me tell you something about football. When a defense, my whole career in football, in a tough game, when a defense makes a stop like that, it's like they stick in a juice in the offense. It turns the offense on. And that's what happened today. The offense took off. Second time when they didn't kick the field goal to tie the game, it was like sticking adrenaline into the 49ers offense. And the 49ers, did what they had to do. But I thought this game was lost more than won by the Niners. I thought it was actually lost by the Lions.
Yeah, I thought in the first half, like when they jumped out and it was 14-0, I knew something was funny about the game because they didn't seem moved at all. Like normally when teams get down that many points, people start looking at each other, blaming each other. They kept playing as if nothing at all had happened. And that was a sign of a real championship team. I must say that.
Well, that's what I thought about it. I don't want you to get on me the way you got on Mase earlier tonight. But
the whole thing is both of y'all. I didn't really want to come here this morning. To be honest with you, I didn't really want to be bothered with even one of y'all this morning because you don't have any San Francisco. You don't have any San Francisco 49er golf clubs. None whatsoever. I have not seen one San Francisco 49er golf. I've seen none. All I see is Buffalo Bills.
You're right. I got the Bills in SC.
Yeah, you don't have no San Francisco golf club. Now you got a towel or two, or something like that. But you and Mase kept a safety net all year around, so it didn't
You can
matter.
say Mase.
It didn't matter
I'm
what
a
it was.
49er till I die, and I've said it all season.
Everybody know I'm from Titletown. Why is that a new thing? That's not nothing new. They got T-shirts with my face on it that says Titletown.
You told me Titletown don't have an address, murder. So Titletown can be anywhere.
I told you it's on the move, Cam. It's on the move.
I don't get
We're on the road,
Mace.
Cam. You misinterpret what I said. We're on the road. We're on the move. We had to move, Cam.
The fans watch the show.
We went from
anyway.
Listen, Cam. We went from the Ravens. We went from Baltimore. We played different places. You know, we got to move around. Now we coming back to Vegas. You coming, Cam? Because I got the suite. Are you gonna be there for Titletown?
No, that's crazy. Am I coming because you got the suite? Hey, yo, pause,
I said
bro.
pause,
that's crazy.
Bro.
That's wild, bro.
Yo.
That is wild.
OJ,
that's wild.
Are you gonna be in attendance, OJ? I don't have time for this Orenthal.
I don't go unless I'm in a suite.
Hey, that was good. Imagine Owen Taylor
like
Swift doing you.
About the game, though, listen, I think that coach, Dan Campbell, wilded out. OJ, you made one of the best points you could make. Listen, this is not the regular season. I know you did a lot of brave things or went for it or, say, fuck that. We going for it. You don't do that in the NFC Championship game, bro. That when Homeway dropped that pass on 4th and 2, that changed the whole game when y'all could have kicked that field goal. OJ, you was about to say Golf did golf things. Golf played great. People were dropping passes. He put the ball where the ball needed to be, and they dropped a lot of passes. I feel bad for more. I don't feel more bad for anybody than Jared Goff because he did everything he was supposed to do. As a coach, sometimes it's like a boxing trainer. If you see your fighters in trouble, you're not saying stop the fight. You got to tell them run this round, get your breath together, jab, stay away, cover up. This coach, when Dan Campbell wowed the fuck out, bro. That 4th and 2, Homeboy dropped the ball. They get the ball back. They score a field goal. The very next possession, on the first possession, they fumble the ball, talking about the Lions. The 49ers get the ball back, score. You got another play where Purdy underthrows the receiver, your man Ayuk, underthrows him. The ball falls right in the cornerback's hands of the Lions, and he drops the ball. Like, bro, it hits off his face mask, pause, bounces up, IU catches it, now they're at the motherfucking 2-yard line. These people, they were dropping passes on offense, defense. The coach needs to see when momentum is switching because he went for it again on 4th down. When he could have kicked another field goal to tie the game. He did that 2 times and wowed out. Look, you don't do that. All that wild shit that's been working all season, you can't do that in the NFC Championship game. And I know other analysts or whatever who's more analytic than us, and they're going to sit there and start naming all the times he fucked up under 2 minutes and he's fucked up under 17 seconds. They're going to find shit just to fuck with him. But at the end of the day, you have to change your mindset as a head coach in between the regular season and the playoff and make adjustments. Soon as y'all went for it on 4th and 2, the very first possession y'all had it when y'all was in field goal range, that's when the whole game changed.
Okay. That changed the momentum of the entire game.
That was an excellent take, Killer, because for real, leaders don't gamble on destiny. And that's what he did. He gambled on their destiny.
Well, he didn't have to. For his players, I'm pretty sure some of them were on the sideline and said, why don't we kick the field goal? Why don't we kick the field goal? And I'm telling you, they were beating the 49ers up pretty good at that time. And the minute they didn't get it, the first time the game changed. The game changed.
See, what happened is this. You're in field goal range. You go on it on 4. First of all, you down 24 to 7 at halftime. 49ers kick a field goal. You're up 24-10. You go back down the field. You're in field goal range. And you go for it on 4th and 2. Don't get it. So now you're giving the 49ers decent field position to come right back up and score. Then you do it again. And I know what his mindset is. This what got us here. This what got us here. But if you have to make adjustments during the game, and I know we know basketball a little better than football, but if we've been playing man-to-man all year, they got us to the championship, and then we figure out in the first half, man-to-man is not going to work, and we got to switch to a 3-2 or 1-2-2 or 2-3 zone.
1-3-1,
yeah, that's going to work. And you like, oh, this is what's working. We can't sit there and say, oh, man-to-man got us here all year. We not beating this team man-to-man.
Yeah.
But the zone is working, and that's what he didn't do. He didn't make adjustments when he should have made adjustments, or not even just make adjustments, being too gun-ho and saying, yeah, that's what got us here, nigga. We gonna live or die on this when y'all didn't have to die on it. So I will not put anything on Jared Goff. I think he made a great game, played a great game. People were dropping a lot of passes that they should have caught, especially his one on like 3rd and 8. The ball was right in this guy's hands, and he dropped the fucking ball. So I think Jared Goff played an excellent game. I think the coach made some key mistakes. Yeah, so like I was saying, I give the 49ers a lot of credit. Purdy played a great game, and he was under scrutiny the last couple of weeks because he played decent, but he didn't play great. He played like an MVP candidate today. Ayuk did great. Kittles did great. But to me, the person who set the tone was Deebo Sanders when he came out in the second half and got some passes, and he was really aggressive. He was really aggressive, and I think he set the tone for the 49ers in the second half to where everybody else got on page. Also, Christian McCaffrey had another great game. Everybody on the 49ers that we talked about all year in the second half stepped up. So 49ers played championship football. The second half of the game, the Detroit Lions looked like deer in headlights, and that's why San Francisco is moving on to the Super Bowl. Now, what I will say is this, and I know this is a different topic, but San Francisco also gave Patrick Mahomes his first Super Bowl. So do they want revenge? I know Purdy wasn't there, it was Jimmy Garoppolo, but this is a rematch that went on a couple years ago. We're going to see what happens.
Yeah. Well, I agree with everything you say about the players in the second half. I got to say this. He did it last week. He's not considered a runner, but Purdy is a winner, and he runs sometimes. If you're playing against him, it would be irritating because this little guy takes off at the most, inopportune time for you. And look at them runs he did in the fourth quarter.
He has some great runs.
He might not be a game manager, but he is a winner. The guy's a winner.
No, OJ, make up your mind. Is he a game manager or is he an MVP? Like, what are we talking about, OJ?
You can't give this many great players the opportunities that the Lions gave them without them taking off. And it takes sort of a leader to lead the way. And to me, in the fourth quarter, it was Purdy that sort of led the way, even though I agree with you that Deebo is a beast. All of those guys played well and played hard. But Purdy kind of led the way. Purdy got the ball to him, and them runs were devastating to the Lions.
No, you're absolutely right. I thought about that as well. It was a time, I think on the second and third run that he ran to get them first downs or pick up some yardage, that the announcers was like, we're not going to ever call him Lamar Jackson, but the things that he's doing tonight is sensational. And he had some really good runs when it counted.
OJ, all that stops February 11th. I hope you had fun. Pause.
First of all,
I hope you enjoyed today. Pause.
You're going down, buddy.
The football gods would have it. The football gods would have it no other way but for Orenthal to die to Mase on national television.
Well, I don't know what Underdog had. I know Vegas right now is 2.5. It's 2.5 Niners.
Killer, if he dies, he dies.
Well, let's go to our next question.
Neither
'cause
one of y'all, these
y'all-
are neither one of y'all teams. This is all,
Oh,
this is
my.
not your
No,
team.
the
And
Niners are my
OJ,
team.
it's not, Niners are not your team, OJ. And Kansas City Mace left them too, so y'all got all the fun y'all want. And say, act like it's y'all two against each other. Neither one of y'all teams made it to the Super Bowl.
Who was my team,
My
Cam?
team.
You left. You didn't
Did I
have a
tell
team.
you-
Who was my
You
team?
were the
Cam.
Who was
Cam,
my team?
Did I tell you that very first football game I ever witnessed
Oh, my.
was the Lions and the 49ers in a playoff game when they didn't have playoff games because the season ended with a weird a tie. They played each other at Kezar Stadium 66 years ago, 1957. First football game I ever went to. The Niners were up 30-something to 6 or something at halftime, and they blew it. And the Lions came back and beat them. So this
Come
is like,
on.
for me, this is like history coming to me. That was the absolute first football game I ever seen, is when I became a diehard 49er fan as I am today.
More blueberry juice. Oh, come on, jet
You
lag.
know what? Hey, yo,
Okay.
you know the very
More
first
blueberry
game I ever,
juice.
the very first game I ever went to was the Yankees playing somebody. I don't remember, and I was like 3 or 4 years old because I don't live far from Yankee, or I didn't live far from Yankee Stadium. And I sat there and I was like, yo, this is dope. And then I grew up and I don't like baseball and I don't care about baseball. So, your story, I don't care about your first game. My first game, I don't even care about the sport no more. I don't even care about the sport. So it doesn't matter your first game. My first experience, I don't care about what happened. So if you want to use first game, I'm not going
It's
for that.
coincidental that they were playing the Lions, these two teams, in a playoff game. Yeah.
All right, man.
Okay. Well, as Cam said earlier, we have a 2020 Super Bowl rematch, 49ers versus the Chiefs. Got to have you guys' predictions. Who do you see winning? OJ first.
I think I'm going to go along with the line that I just saw. I see the Niners winning 2.5. I see the game being 24, to like 21. And I like my Niners.
Oh, my
I don't
goodness.
even know why we asked it. This question stat should really be only for me because we know what everybody else is going to say.
Well, let's predict the scores though. What score you have, O?
24-21.
I got 27-23. Chiefs. Patrick
Somebody
Mahomes will
write
not
this
turn
down.
the ball over. Let's record this. 27-23.
I don't have a dog in the fight, so I'm not going to predict the score. I know who both you guys are going for because OJ was with Dallas in week 2, and
Oh, Jesus. You guys got to
The
stop
85
with
Bears.
that.
Oh, the 85
yeah.
Bears.
Stop with
Where
that.
the 85 Bears at, O?
and Titletown was on the move 6 weeks ago. So
Yeah.
anyway, let me make what I have to say. I'm going to say this is that I think I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. Is just like almost like I don't want to really call him because he's lost 3 playoff games. It's not like he hasn't lost any playoff games, but I don't really wouldn't go against Patrick Mahomes, and I'm not sitting here calling him Michael Jordan or LeBron James or Steph Curry, but he's right. He's like a game away, a Super Bowl away from that. 6 AFC championship appearances is crazy. It's like we have to put this into perspective. LeBron James went to 10 straight finals, whether he won them or not. That's an amazing feat. So at the end of the day, I know this is not Super Bowls as compared to titles, but that's nothing to be frowned at, especially in his first 6 years. My man Sidney always talk about, wanted to argue with me about it, how Tom Brady, well, he went to 8 straight AFC championship games. And I'm like, this is true, and he did it at a later age, but this is Patrick Mahomes' 6th starting year to 6 AFC championships, now another Super Bowl appearance. So I don't really want to bet against him. That's what I said last week when I was talking about light-skinned niggas versus dark-skinned niggas. Light-skinned niggas beat the shit out of dark-skinned niggas last night. As far as Purdy's concerned, on the other side of football, this is a time for him, if he wants to make a statement to set his legacy. This is second year in the NFL. He's at a Super Bowl. He was an MVP candidate till about 4 weeks ago. If he wants to make a statement and start like Patrick Mahomes started, this would be the Super Bowl to do it. Like I said, the 49ers were there. They were probably about a foot and a half away from winning the Super Bowl against Patrick Mahomes if Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't overthrow a bomb that he was throwing for a touchdown. You remember that, though? I know you do.
To Samuel.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, 49ers could say we were right there. They got a new young quarterback. But me personally, I don't know the score, but I'm not going against Patrick Mahomes. But I think it'll be a goodie. I'm going Kansas City.
I hate going against Patrick Mahomes too, but my Niners, baby. My Niners. San Francisco, who are they? The best star team in the USA. Tra-la-la, Niners, they're the best.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, when we beat y'all,
faithful.
I need you to wear all yellow for the Chiefs.
Yeah, okay.
When we beat y'all, all yellow.
Okay. So make sure in the comments to put you guys' Super Bowl predictions because I'm very curious as to what you guys think. But we're going to go to break, and when we return, we will discuss a Chiefs player who claims he was ruled out of the game on purpose.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. My stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it, wanna be free.
Welcome back. So let's get into our Underdog Fantasy picks of the day. Tonight, the Timberwolves will play OKC. SGA is at 10 first quarter points. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
Oh, it's lower.
Okay, Cam?
Lower.
Chet Holmgren is at 7 rebounds. Do you have him higher or lower, Cam?
Higher.
Definitely higher.
Okay, and Anthony Edwards is at 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
Higher. Ant-Man.
Lower.
Okay. Download the Underdog Fantasy app and you can make your picks too. Okay, so Chiefs wide receiver Kadarius Toney accused the Chiefs of lying about his injury status ahead of being ruled out the AFC Championship game. He said he's not hurt and the Chiefs lied about him having a hip injury. So how do you feel about him exposing this? I want you guys' initial thoughts and then I can read what was posted on his Instagram story.
Well, all I can tell you is that if that's true, Kansas City is going to get a pretty good fine because the league don't really play with that injury report. You're supposed to be, honest and to the point on that injury report because it determines all of this. It determines a whole lot of betting and everything, even though I don't think they lost anything with Toney not being there. But obviously, Toney is not going to be with them next year. I don't know where he's going to go after, kind of spilling the beans. But if it's true, Kansas City is looking at a pretty good fine.
I think they did pretty good without him. If he wasn't on the field and they won, I think they make a mistake. Especially he missed the last 6 games, right? This the same guy, right?
Yeah.
So they've been winning without him. Why mess up the chemistry? Don't lie on him, but they didn't need him.
I agree with OJ. He's the fuck out of there. Why the fuck would you bro? And then you're gonna go to teams that's not gonna trust you anyway because you telling little secrets and shit. Why would you do that? Like, niggas don't be realizing shit they do and cost them opportunities in the future too. Like, yo, man, I'm gonna let niggas know the truth and like, oh, thanks for letting us know. we can't fuck with you because you tell niggas our business, nigga. That's what you do. So if you want to catch you definitely, first of all, OJ's right. You're going to get a fine if this is true. Secondly, you're not going to be with the Chiefs. Thirdly, the next team is saying we can't spend a lot of money on you because we don't know exactly what you're willing to tell and what you're not willing to tell. So this will be an experiment. And take these shorties, and if you kick ass on the field, we can renegotiate. That'd be my deal with him. Can't be trusted.
There's consequences, and he's gonna see those consequences, even though he might be right and telling the truth.
We'll see. He had a pretty drawn out Instagram story. He called the Chiefs cap. He said, "Ain't never been one to do all that, but man, that's cap. I'm not hurt. None of that. Save that. Suck my. I'm not hurt. None of that. It goes from hip to ankle to this to that." So it was a lot. He had a lot of things to say, and I don't think the Chiefs are going to be real happy about that, especially right before the game. So.
And you don't need that going into the Super Bowl. Right. That's a distraction.
Right. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and if he was hurt earlier, like you said, he didn't play for 6 weeks, and he was hurt earlier, the Chief could be pointing at that, thinking that, well, you may think you're all the way back, but our doctors say you're not. So I don't know what his injuries were to keep him out of those 6 previous games that you were talking about, Mase. But if he missed those games, the Chiefs could still be looking at whatever those injuries were and say, our doctors say he's not ready to go.
Yeah, that's what they listed him out for.
Right. Okay. Also concerning the game, there was video footage of Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce kicking Ravens kicker Justin Tucker's equipment away before the game. Did you think it was disrespectful or did it not faze you? Because a lot of people were going back and forth about that, saying Chiefs were acting classless, but I want to know you guys' opinion on the situation.
Well, it depends what that equipment was. If that equipment was down where they warm up, hey, ain't nobody's caring about disrespectful before the game. I'm telling you, the guys that stuffing it in the way, they kicking it out of the way. If it was, as I said, if it was in their area, who cares? Talking about disrespectful. Hey man, get your shit out of my way. So, I mean, seriously, disrespectful. Give me a break. I don't even see how that would come up. As I said, it depends where it was. That equipment. I picked up equipment and thrown it.
Oh, you seen the video though?
No, I didn't see the video.
Oh yeah, see, you got to see the video because the way they did it. So I get what you're saying. I don't know what side of the field it was on, because it must have been on Kansas City side, because the way they did it, they lifted up and threw it, kicked it out the way. It wasn't like a move out my way. You're on my part of the field. Like it was rude. That's why I was wondering if you seen the video.
Yeah, real quick, like
as
he
I said, first of all, we know what they think about kickers. We learned that from Bills last week. And now you got a damn kicker with his equipment where it's not supposed to be the other team's equipment all in your way. Hey, man, throw that shit in the stands as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Can't argue with that.
Well,
okay.
well, what I'll say is about that situation real quick is that I think they came in there, the Chiefs that is, to set a tone. A light-skinned, dark-skinned tone, and say, yo, we fuck all this bullshit. Yo, move. Move. That was their attitude. Like, it was like, yo, are we on the road? Word? This our house, too. Move. Get the fuck out the way. And then it was, before the game, it was another incident where all the Chiefs rushed one of the Baltimore players before the game. He smacked the nigga, the Baltimore team player smacked the Chiefs nigga, but they all was on a nigga. Chiefs came in here before the game and set a tone and was like, fuck out of here. We don't care where we at. And we setting the tone before the game. That's what I got when the niggas kicked over the kicker shit. When I seen them, I'm like, they acting rude.
Well, you got to understand, Baltimore is considered the bad boys. They considered the physical team, and they're considered the tough boys. And I guess you're right, Cam. Kansas City walked in and said, okay, you ain't the tough boys. You know?
Yeah, they tried to
you
get.
don't
They tried to give.
you don't intimidate us. You know,
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Y'all did Ray Lewis coming out the runway, whatever that out the tunnel, doing that dance didn't work. Terrell Suggs, we know you was an animal. You wasn't suiting up yesterday. The Chiefs didn't care what legends y'all brought out and all that fly shit. They got the win, they out of there. But I think they came there to set a tone when I see that clip.
Yeah, I didn't see the clip, but I just know if I was in a game like that and the kicker of all people got his equipment, you know, where we're warming up and stuff, that shit's going in the stands.
OJ, you really don't seem to like kickers at all. Like,
Yeah, OJ got a thing against the
You
kickers.
don't have one friend that was a kicker, like nothing.
Well, as I said, I was lucky to have a couple of good kickers I played with and one bad kicker. And it's, you know, if you go to practice and you're out there in 20-degree weather and you're practicing and you look over in the other field and those boys are playing games, you know. They're literally the kicker, the field goal kicker and the punter. They're playing games. You know, they're playing practice putt. I bet I can hit that thing, and I bet you can hit that thing. Then you get in the game, and you're out there. I mean, it's freezing. I got 11 guys trying to kick my ass, and then you come in at the end of the game and miss a field goal, game tying, a game-winning field goal. Come on, ain't nobody gonna like
You
that.
had one job. You had one job to do.
I'm bleeding all over the place. You get in the shower, you just all them cuts and things are just stinging you, you know. And you're in there and don't have the kicker walk in the shower while everybody's just that boy gets dressed and go home. Don't have him walk in there at that time if he blew a game.
He gonna comb his hair and walk out.
Right.
Yeah.
GQ.
I guarantee you that equipment was somewhere in Kansas City space. I guarantee you, and that's why Kansas City treated it like they treated it.
Right. And lastly, Mase, did you think it was disrespectful or you feel like it didn't matter?
No, I think it was disrespectful, and they returned the disrespect. You could see all game that the Ravens was returning that disrespect every chance they got.
Pretty hostile, but
Yeah. Putting that equipment there was disrespectful. If it was in the KC's area, I'm 100% sure at this point that it's probably in KC's area.
Yeah, and it was, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, moving along to basketball. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander makes the All-Star starting five over Steph Curry. Does this make sense to you? And then the starting five is LeBron James, Luka, obviously SGA, Jokic, and Kevin Durant.
Geez, pretty good team.
That's a crazy team.
If you act, yeah, it makes sense to me right now. A lot of times the fans get it wrong just because of who's their favorite player. And for those that don't know, the starting five are decided by the fans, the starting 10 players for each coast, East Coast and West Coast. And like on the East Coast, Damian Lillard started. I don't think Damian Lillard should be a starter for the All-Star game if we're going off pure play, but it's decided by the fans, and the reserves are decided by the coaches. As far as him not starting, yes, I think I'm going to go to it. The fans got this right. Look, he beat Steph, I believe, 3 times this year. They're in second place or first place all season long. And I don't have his numbers in front of me, but every time we look up, it's a 29-point game. It's a 32-point game. It's a 32 and 10 assist game. And with his record and him going head-to-head with Steph this year, him having a better turnout, I'm happy that he's starting over Steph, even though I love to see Steph starting, but I believe the fans got this one right.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, Cam. I think they got it right on the West Coast team, but the East Coast team, the person that should be in this starting lineup is Brunson. Brunson definitely should be a starter on this East Coast team. He should be starting actually over Damian Lillard. Like, if we want to keep it really real, this first half of the season, Jalen Brunson has restored people's faith in the Knicks a little bit. I mean, I never liked the Knicks like that, but he made me want to watch the Knicks.
This is true. This is very true. I thought it should be him or Tyrese Maxey, one or the other.
Yeah.
Those are both good votes. Okay. Well, that's all the time we have for today. I'm excited to see what happens. You know, we have a little bit of time for the Super Bowl, but it's giving Titletown versus OJ. So we'll see what happens.
City by the Bay.
See you next week,
City by the
Orenthal.
Bay. Jesus. sis. The city. That's all you have to say.
The city.
The city.
The city. City of the Bay. Cool. Okay. Well, thank you all for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
Gentlemen.
Two Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.